Morning Dish.
He's the hardest working man in show business. His band's music takes you into the midnight hours. And when you wake up, his voice is back on your radio alarm clock. How on earth did this happen?
Well, Jeff saw me taking out the trash at the radio station.
And he won another award.
But this one is better.
I'm your boogeyman. That's what I am.
It's the Morning Dish with the 2019 Radio Personality of the Year winner, Stephen Phillips.
You paying attention to this, Packy?
And Murphy's own Sherry Raines.
Yeah, you must have given horseback passes to the right guy, Stephen.
Well, giddy up.
And Packy Smith's Shetland pony is right alongside.
You guys know these demo tapes don't just edit themselves together, right?
Well, all right.
3 cheers for Stephen Phillips.
Y'all need to help Stephen Phillips out over there. Out the door and off the radio.
Here's Stephen Phillips.
All right, folks, we're coming back in with a young lady all the way from Arizona, Miss Bogi from All Girls Garage. Good morning, sunshine.
Good morning. How are you?
Well, I got to sleep a little later than you. It's, 5? What time is it out there?
It's 6:30.
Well, it's time to get
And
up.
I'm not a morning person.
You're not grouchy. I know how women are in the morning. They're grouchy.
Yeah, he's getting ready to pick on us here about women and cars, so just prepare yourself.
Hey, I think this is
That's
cool.
right. I'm ready.
You're ready? There you go. Yeah, anyway. You've been on the All Girls Garage, and then you've got your other thing that you're doing with your own kind of garage going on. But you've actually, I kind of took a scoop on you last night. You've been to SEMA a couple of times.
Yeah. Been to SEMA, been in the industry for about 20 some odd years, so not a new kid to the block.
I just think that's awesome. I like SEMA is like the Daytona 500 of classic car builds.
Well, I'm actually looking
Yes.
at this, and they started with a 57 Chevy pickup, which I admire on that. I actually own one. I have a 57 Chevy pickup right now.
It's not quite like yours.
It's called the Mistress.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love it. I love 57 Chevys.
Beautiful
there's something
truck.
about that year that is just a gorgeous truck. Yeah, I love it.
Well, tell us about the All Girls Garage now. I mean, I just want to know, you've had like 90 women involved in that build?
So All Girls Garage is the TV show,
Right.
and that's a separate thing. And then there's Girl Gang Garage, which is my shop in Phoenix, and that's where I do these kind of crazy all-female builds. We did the 57 Chevy pickup truck, put a BMW engine in it just for grins and giggles. And really the builds are just designed to bring women in the industry together and invite more women in to explore the industry. So we invite women from all different walks of life, all different experience levels, whether you don't know what a wrench is or you've got 30 years of experience in the industry, you're welcome to come and participate. And we all kind of share knowledge and learn together. And it's just really about bringing ladies together and supporting and giving some love to women in the industry and making them a little bit more visible, because there's a ton of amazing women in the automotive industry, and most people don't realize that or know that.
Right. Well, see, this is like you. I mean, honestly, this is really pretty cool. Of course, I can tell you're not from the South because you said wrench. Down here, it's a range.
Right.
Well, what I love about what
Ranch.
you guys are doing, I mean, there's a lot of women out there that I know feel like and probably have been taken advantage of in a repair shop, because automatically you go in there and the guy who's fixing the cars thinks you don't know anything. So I think it's exciting
you're a
when you
girl.
can make it right. Yeah.
Totally. And I teach women's car care classes for that very reason. I'm really passionate about empowering women to be more aware consumers in the process. So even if you're not interested in turning wrenches yourself, like, that's fine. But still, I think it's important. I think it should be taught in high school,
I
really,
agree.
in driver's ed.
I agree.
I think everybody should know the basics, because sometimes you're not even being taken advantage of, but you feel vulnerable because they're using these crazy technical terms. And you're like, I don't know what that is. They must be lying to me and taking advantage of me. So sometimes it happens because there are bad seeds out there, but often we're not being taken advantage of. We just are afraid we are because of
The lack of
the
knowledge.
unknown, and it's
Yep.
scary, right?
I think it's cool. You know, that's like my daughter. I taught my daughter how to drive, and a lot of people think I'm crazy, but I taught her how to do bootlegs. I taught her how to cut donuts. And I mean, honestly, and when she backs, I mean, she's the one that has to back the boat in the water for her husband. I mean, honestly.
Nice. But that's like, it comes down to that helps her in defensive driving situations too. If
Right.
it sounds silly to say, I'm going to teach you how to do donuts to be a good driver, but if she's ever in a situation where she's spinning out unexpectedly, she knows how to control it because she's intentionally caused the spin out.
She's mashing the gas and pulling a Bold Duke, hollering, "Yeehaw!" So now,
That's an important part of it.
There you go.
Doing
When
the
did you
yeehaw,
actually
yeah.
get started in the? I mean, was it right out of the get go, or as far?
No, God, my parents don't know where I came from. In all honesty, I think they are pretty sure I was switched at birth because my family is not into cars.
Right.
It is not something I came by naturally. I was always a puzzle person. Like as a kid, I loved figuring things out and putting things together, but I was never exposed to working on cars. It wasn't something I grew up around. But when I got my first car when I was 16 years old, it was a piece of junk, little Volkswagen Bug, and I hated the way I felt. Kind of to your point, how I felt every time I brought my car into the shop to get repaired, which was often because it was a Volkswagen Bug.
Amen to that.
I felt so vulnerable, and I hated that feeling. And so I started learning more about Volkswagen Bugs just to know more. And this was the mid-'90s, and the only time women showed up in Volkswagen magazines was when they were in high heels and bikinis and
Right.
strategically placed grease marks. And I was like, that's not cool.
Right.
So that's kind of what got me started. I surprised everybody in my life and enrolled in a high school auto shop and convinced my shop teacher to let me restore my Bug in class with the crew, and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with working with my hands and that satisfaction of taking something that I thought was big and scary and turning it into something not so big and scary.
Right.
And then also the satisfaction of taking something broken,
Right.
figuring it out, and then fixing it with my own hands and watching it drive down the road is just, there's nothing like that feeling.
Well, I'm with you on that. And there's two different kinds of mechanics. Of course, I'm from the South. You got parts replacers, and then you got parts fixers.
Right.
You got people that actually can fix what's broke. Then you got other ones that can
Yeah.
repair what's. I'm for the fixer guy. That's what I am. A duct tape and.
And if you saw Steven's pile of junk in his yard, you'd understand why he's saying this.
But they crank and run. Yeah, they crank and run. So that's a good thing. Yeah, I'm a car hoarder. I can't help it. I'm a car hoarder. So
I am a car hoarder as well. I empathize with you there.
yeah. But now you like the BMWs. Is that kind of your choice of cars, or?
Well, I got into BMW when I got out of tech school. I knew that as a woman in the industry, especially back then, it was really going to be challenging to be taken seriously because there were far fewer women then than there are now, and there's still not a lot.
Right.
But so when I graduated from tech school, they had these graduate programs with the different manufacturers that are kind of like grad school. And I knew that I wanted to get into the most prestigious, most difficult to get into program I could so that I would be taken seriously. Like, that was my logic. And BMW and Porsche were the two hardest programs to get into. I tried to get into Porsche. They had not had a woman in their program at that point, and I was not going to be there first,
See, that's
apparently.
just shocking. Even, it's unbelievable to me.
It is. It's, when we look at the numbers, women make up only about 1.9% of automotive technicians. When you go into like oil changers and kind of spread it out a little bit further, we get to like 2.5%.
Right.
But there's not a lot of us out there. And back then it was even less. I think it was only like 1.6 when I got into the industry.
Well, now
So-
you actually do speaking engagements, and you do classes too. I mean, right?
I do. Yeah, I love teaching. That is probably my favorite thing to do, whether it's teaching shop owners how to run a repair shop better, or whether it's teaching a woman how to loosen a lug nut, or how to check her oil or check her tire pressure, like going, the whole gamut. I love teaching people.
So, do you got 90 women involved in this build? I mean, how much drama was involved in that? I mean, come on now, be honest with us. I mean, it's like, oh, I just broke a nail.
No.
Oh,
I
you're
will
about
tell
to get
you,
kicked right now.
I know, right? So I ran a general auto repair shop for about 13 years, and I had both male and female employees. And I will tell you that my male employees were always way more drama than my
Thank
girls were.
you.
Well, I can.
My women wanted to just come to work and do their job and have an opportunity and to just be treated and taken seriously. The boys, they were drama till the cows came home.
Yeah, well, we got the same problem here. Packy, our guy that runs the buttons and all that, he's one of them kind of, yeah, he's a...
It's all guys. It's all guys.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah,
But no, seriously, on the build, when I say we had 90 women involved, they weren't all there at the same time.
Right.
That would be insanity, right?
Right.
We had like 5 or 6 women there at a time coming from all over the country, and everybody was just so enthusiastic to come together and have an opportunity to kind of show on a SEMA stage like what us ladies are capable of, that we were kind of united on a common front, right? So there wasn't that drama that people think of.
Well, I watched that with I think it's 2017 when y'all was there with the truck, and all the women was there, and it was pretty impressive. Of course, you was there with Chip Foose and all the big guys. I thought, wow, this is really cool because. Yeah. And it was funny to me, or not, I thought it was pretty cool that you talked more about what the women had did than you did the truck. It's like, this is what we can do. So, I mean, that's pretty impressive, that you, I guess you put them first.
The truck was kind of a byproduct, right?
Right.
The real product was us coming together and meeting each other and working together, and the stories and, like, the wins that came out of that, like ladies connecting with one another and having that support system and being empowered. And we had a lot of stories of women who were thinking of leaving the industry because they were discouraged, and they came out to the build and met one another and felt reinvigorated and re-inspired and re-empowered and jazzed up to go back home and kick some butt.
There you go.
In their job.
Well, you kind of hit the nail on the head. I was thinking that very same thing. I think that one of the reasons that women may do really great in this industry at this time is the fact that we feel we have to prove ourselves to these knucklehead men that we can do the same thing they can do and do it better.
Knucklehead men.
That's right.
So what we going? Are we going to SEMA this year?
No, is there some? I don't know.
There's some good ones. There are some good ones.
We're gonna have a vehicle there. We're working on a current build. It's a 1961 Volvo PB544. It's a crazy, crazy car, and we're doing a ton of work to it. And it's going to be in that BASF booth, like 2017 again. So we'll be there. If you guys are there, definitely want to come by and check it out. But yeah, I guess it's not all guys in the industry are bad. There's a ton of amazing support and mentorship within the industry. But there are those knuckleheads, like you say, that
I'm just saying that because I'm sitting next to one.
Oh,
I have to give him a hard time.
Man, Sherry,
Right.
she's got.
No, there's lots of them, but we do feel like we got to be a little bit better to be taken half as seriously.
That's
right?
right.
I just don't know how the girls get the cars into the kitchen to work on them, though.
It's challenging. I'll tell you. That's why I like working on small cars.
There you go. That
'cause I
come
can
from
just pull
Packy.
them right into the kitchen. Yeah.
So tell me, are you a good cook too? I mean, are you a good cook too?
I'm an awful cook. You do not want me cooking. Keep me in the garage.
There you go.
I make more sense there.
So tell me something before we go. If people need to get up with you, or even if they would like to get you for a speaking engagement or anything like that, what do they need to do?
So you can reach out to me on social media or on my website. Everything is Bogi's Garage. Is my personal handle, and then my shop is Girl Gang Garage, also on Instagram, Facebook, website, you name it. Reach out to me. I love talking to folks. So whether it's wanting me for a speaking engagement or just wanting to say hello or ask a question, or if you're a lady out there and you're into working on cars or are curious about working on cars, come check us out. Come check out the build. Come participate. Reach out. Say hello. Love to chat with you.
That'd be good. Well, girl, I sure appreciate you getting out of bed. Love to have you back and see how's the bill's going and all that good stuff that's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Check in halfway through the build. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be great. I sure do appreciate it. But anyway, this is Bogi from All Girls Garage. Y'all got all the information on that, so we're going to get to a break. And like I said, I appreciate you getting out of bed, and we'll support you 100%.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me.
All right. Folks, don't forget you can listen online anywhere in the world at WJULradio.com. That is WJULradio.com. Or you can listen live at Lake 97.7 WJUL. And don't forget, we're going to be uploading this to the YouTube channel and our Facebook page. So just go to the Morning Dish. You can listen to the show again and give us a like and give us a share. We appreciate it.